Hey Jackson.
Yeah?
I was going to ask what film are we reviewing? Since we've been doing films and stuff, I pretty much forgot.
I think I got this list right here.
What does it say on it?
I think it says It Comes at Night.
What comes at night?
8/24.
Not them! You monsters! You f***ed it all up! You ready to review?
I can't afford the price to pay, and I can't even pay the rent. They're coming at me every way, and there's no letting up.
Is that a good banana?
Fuck yeah.
Hi, my name is Blake Childress and I make films, so basically I'm that one filmmaker, and today I'm going to review It Comes at Night. Now some of you might be saying, well actually I thought this movie was pretty good. No. This movie to me is the worst movie I've seen this year. Well, out of all the movies I've seen. So you might ask me, what makes this film so bad? Easy. What are the 3 most important things when it comes to filmmaking? Oh, I got it. Writing, acting, and most importantly, the director. Let's get started with... So the writing of this movie is bad. Here's an example. One of the main characters, played by Joel Edgerton, finds a guy that breaks into their house. Joel Edgerton logically ties the guy up to protect him and his family and asks him about why he broke in. All the stuff he says is stuff like, oh, I needed water for my family after the infection spread from the city. So... this means that the writer doesn't understand an important thing when it comes to writing, and that's show, don't tell. You are supposed to express a film visually and not through dialogue. The movie messes up here where it has exposition explained through dialogue rather than through visuals, like showing the city having to evacuate or just showing the city being empty, and then f***s up show, don't tell later, but I'll explain it a little bit. This is where the movie's biggest problem lies. Joel's performance is pretty good, and his son, played by Kelvin Harrison Jr., is okay, but his speaking could be better. Everyone else is either bad or not trying, or maybe even both. You could blame the actors, or blame... Trey Edward Schultz directed this piece of shit movie, according to Wikipedia, which is totally true all the time, of course. He has made award-winning films. Sadly, though, my least favorite production company, A24, acquired his movies and released them to theaters. So far, they released this movie and a movie called Krisha. Now, I don't know if this guy isn't good at directing actors because I haven't seen his other films. I don't know if he even is responsible for the actors' performances in this movie. All I know is that this is his bad movie, which means he was in charge of the film. Mainly, I don't blame this guy. I instead blame... So the biggest problem with this movie, and why it got an audience score of 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, is the title of the movie, which, guess what, was A24's fucking fault. I'm sorry, I really hate this problem. The movie was not called It Comes at Night by the director. He actually didn't even like the name, but A24 said tough shit, and they named the movie not for fearing something is going to show up, but instead for people watching the trailer to go, oh, I want to see this and find out what this it is. Now I know what you're thinking. Blake, there doesn't have to be some really big monster that tries to eat or kill the main characters. Yes, you're right about that, but if there is no big monster, then why in God's name is this movie called It Comes at fucking Night? Remember what I said before about show, don't tell? Well, this movie is the only movie I have ever seen where almost nothing is explained, and it's instead left up for interpretation. Films can do this if they want their viewers to create theories and brainstorm and, think. But the problem with this movie is that there's so much left for interpretation that the movie should instead... oh my god. Tell, don't show. Due to all the various things never explained, like the grandfather in the opening, the little girl being infected, what it is, and the ending where it seems the screenwriters and the director just gave up on the ending of the movie and instead pulled the plug on the whole thing. Even if they want us to think, it's not because they want us to think for ourselves, it's because the screenwriter just said, who gives a shit? I would give this movie a 6 or 7 out of 10 because the only good stuff in the entire movie is the camera work and the lighting, which is really good compared to other horror movies these days. And the scene near the end where, spoiler alert, Joel Edgerton kills the family that he invited to the house due to their daughter possibly being infected, because why would the director and the screenwriters tell you that she's infected? It shows that after Apocalypse, the world would change into a kill or be killed environment, which is a cool lesson to teach. But due to the stupid name change by A24, I give this movie a 4.5 out of 10. Fuck you, A24.
Even if I love was wrong, take me down, let